husband, John, and our son, Michael. John and I have been married for 10 years. We are happy, or at least we were. We have a nice life, a house, and a garden. John works hard. He is a good father and husband. 6 months ago, we hired Alex. Alex works for us. He helps clean the house and takes care of the garden. He also helps with Michael. He is nice and quiet. He always smiles. At first, I did not think much about him. He was just there to help us. But one evening, I came home late from work. John was not home. He was still working. Michael was asleep. Alex was sitting in the kitchen. He was reading a book. I sat with him. We talked. He told me about his life. He is from another city. He came here for work. He has no family here. He lives alone. We talked for a long time that night. After that, things started to change. One night, John had to go on a business trip. He was away for 3 days. It was just me, Michael, and Alex. On the first night, we had dinner together. After Michael went to bed, I sat with Alex again. We talked like before. We laughed. He made me feel good. I liked talking to him. Then, something happened. I kissed him. It was just a small kiss, but it felt big. I pulled away. I told him it was a mistake. He didn't say anything. He just looked at me. That night, I couldn't sleep. I felt so bad. I kept thinking about John. What had I done? I loved John. I still do. But something was different now. I had kissed Alex, and I couldn't take it back. I told myself it would never happen again. I promised myself it was just one mistake. But a few days later, it happened again. John was still away. I was alone with Alex. This time, we kissed for a long time. It wasn't just a small kiss. It was real, and I didn't stop it. Now, I didn't know what to do. I was scared. I had a secret, and it was big. I didn't want to tell John. He would be so angry. He would never forgive me. But I didn't know how to stop what was happening with Alex. Every time I saw him, I felt something strong. It was like a fire inside me. I couldn't control it. Days passed, and everything seemed normal. John didn't know anything. He came home from his trip, and life went on as usual. I cooked dinner. We watched TV. We played with Michael. But inside, I felt different. I was keeping a secret, and it was heavy. I couldn't tell anyone. Alex still worked for us. He was good with Michael. He was always polite to John. When we were all together, everything looked normal. But when John wasn't around, things were different. Alex and I would look at each other. We didn't talk about what happened, but we didn't need to. We both knew. I felt guilty all the time. When I kissed John, I thought about Alex. When I was with Michael, I thought about the secret. It was always there in my mind, and it was getting bigger every day. I couldn't sleep at night. I stayed awake, thinking about my mistake. I thought about telling John. I wanted to tell him, but I was scared. What would he say? What would he do? I didn't want to lose him. I didn't want to hurt him, but I had already hurt him, even if he didn't know. One night, I was lying in bed next to John. He was sleeping. I looked at him and felt so sad. He didn't know what I had done. He trusted me. He loved me. And I had broken that trust. I wanted to cry, but I didn't. I just lay there, thinking about my mistake. A few weeks later, something changed. I found out that John was also hiding something from me. He had been seeing someone else. I didn't know who she was, but I knew he was meeting her in secret. I saw messages on his phone. They were from a woman. At first, I was angry. How could he do this to me? I was his wife. But then, I realized I had done the same thing. I was no better than him. We were both living a lie. Now, everything was even more complicated. We were both keeping secrets. I didn't know what to do. Should I tell him about Alex? Should I ask him about the woman? Or should we both keep quiet and pretend everything was fine? One night, I made a decision. I couldn't live like this anymore. I couldn't keep the secret. It was too heavy. I had to tell John the truth, even if it hurt him, even if it ended our marriage. I couldn't lie anymore. I sat down with him after dinner. Michael was asleep. Alex had gone home for the night. I looked at John and took a deep breath. "John, I need to tell you something," I said. My voice was shaking. He looked at me, confused. "What is it?" he asked. I've been seeing someone," I said. I couldn't look him in the eye. There was silence. Then he spoke. "Who?" I told him everything. I told him about Alex, about the kiss, about the nights when he was away. I told him I was sorry. I told him I loved him. I cried, and I waited for him to say something. John didn't say anything at first. He just sat there, looking at me. I didn't know what he was thinking. I was afraid he would leave. I was afraid he would yell, but he didn't. Finally, he spoke. "I've been seeing someone too," he said. Now it was my turn to be silent. I didn't know what to say. "It started a few months ago," he said. "I didn't mean for it to happen, but it did. I'm sorry." We both sat there, not knowing what to do. We had both made mistakes. We had both hurt each other. But now, everything was out in the open. There were no more secrets. We decided to talk. Really talk. We talked about our marriage, about our mistakes, and about what we wanted. It wasn't easy, but we both agreed that we still loved each other. We didn't want to end our marriage. We wanted to try and fix it. The next day, we made some changes. We let Alex go. It wasn't easy, but it was the right thing to do. We also decided to go to marriage counseling. We knew it would take time, but we wanted to make things right. Months passed, and things slowly got better. John and I worked on our marriage. We spent more time together. We talked more. We were honest with each other. It wasn't perfect, but it was better. After Alex left, it felt strange at home. The house felt